One of the most underutilized aspects of large language models is using them with internet connectivity. But so many people have a misunderstanding of what that means. And they think, oh, if I use ChatGPT and browse with Bing, it'll never be wrong. We're going to show some of the issues using browse with Bing and also give you some tips on how to use it correctly. All right, let's dive in. If you're new here, thanks for tuning in. My name is Jordan Wilson. I'm the host of Everyday AI. We're a daily live stream podcast, free daily newsletter helping everyday people use and understand Gen AI to grow their company, grow their career. So please go to youreverydayai.com, sign up for the free daily newsletter. Also, please subscribe to this channel. Let me know if this is helpful. All right, let's dive in and we're going to go over a couple things here. So what I'm doing, I'm going to copy and paste prompts in and we're going to see what happens. Ready? So I am in the default mode of DALL-E, or sorry, the default mode of GPT-4, which includes DALL-E, browse with Bing, data analysis, etc. All right, so you'll see, yeah, things are finicky. Things are always going to be different. If you do this exact same thing, you're going to get different results. Even as an example, my plugins mode was just here 5 seconds ago, disappeared. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and paste in how many companies are worth $3 trillion. So you'll see right here, it says doing research with Bing, and it was very smart, very quick. Sorry. So right here, it says based on a quick search. Okay. So I can open up that quick search. It's not always going to give me that link. So now I can see what it searched for in Bing is companies worth 3 trillion in 2024. So let's actually do this. I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing because search engines, y'all, I'm a SERP geek. I eat search engine stuff for breakfast. So even if I search the exact same thing, right? Let's just go ahead and do a comparison here. So here's two different searches. All right, these ones are fairly similar. All right, but even look over here. So even look, it says as of now, Apple is the only company that has reached a market cap of 3 trillion, right? So it's pulling Wikipedia here. Literally the exact same search, seconds apart in Bing. So now I'm going to go to this one. And this one says 3 trillion Apple and Microsoft, right? So you'll see even running the exact same query back to back brings very different information, which is why using just browse with Bing is not always going to make your output correct. You could have hallucinations, right? So you'll see right here, it says two companies have surpassed a $3 trillion market valuation, Microsoft and Apple. All right. So let's do the exact same thing. We're doing it in a new chat, so it doesn't have that in its memory. So let's do the exact same thing. Let's see if we get the exact same result. So again, it could be completely different. So it did the same thing. All right. So here's the thing. This is actually wrong, right? Here's why. As of today, right? Because Apple's stock has been a little volatile. Technically, Apple is no longer a $3 trillion market cap company. Only Microsoft is. So Microsoft just joined the ranks about a week and a half ago, but right now that's incorrect, even though it seems updated, right? So let's go in now and let's go ahead and do a new chat. So now I'm going to say using browse with Bing. I'm going to say find information from February 7th, 2024, and please tell me. All right. So we're going to do this. We're going to see if it clears it up. If not, I'm going to add one more thing. So this is an example of a targeted browse with Bing call because I'm asking it to find information only from today. That might solve the issue. It might not. So it says, based on the recent search, I couldn't find information about companies that are worth $3 trillion as of this. All right. So let's try it one more time. And I'm going to say, using browse with Bing, I'm going to say, please analyze multiple articles from. All right. So we're going to see if that clears it up. Sometimes this is so important because information changes so quickly. You have to understand how browse with Bing works. So now let's see what it actually searched. All right. So it actually searched companies worth 3 trillion, February 7th, 2024. All right. So you'll see this first piece was from 15 hours ago. Let's see. This one was from January, right? So even you can think, oh, if I put in the date that's going to help. Well, no, not necessarily, because it brought up one article from the last 24 hours, and then the other results are from January, which is when it was big news that Microsoft became the second $3 trillion company, right? So let's jump in. And here we go. And now it says, as of February, there are no companies specifically mentioned having reached a $3 trillion valuation. A little messy, right? A little messy. So let's go into Perplexity, big Perplexity fan, right? So now I'm just going to say, how many companies are worth $3 trillion? All right. And then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm guessing it's going to say two here, which was correct as of like 2 days ago. Okay. So interesting. So now it's saying, as of the current date, February 7th, 2024, there are two companies that have reached a market value of 3 trillion, Apple and Microsoft. So like I said, this is tricky, right? Because the way that the internet works and search engine works, using Browse with Bing, you might not get accurate information, even if you do a targeted call, right? So you'll see here, let's see, as of, I'm guessing technically Apple, the last time it was valued at 3 trillion was probably right here, which is February 1st, right? I don't have the sliding calculator, but at least as of, right, it's updating live, but at least as of 189.7. Yeah. So as of a couple hours ago, it wasn't worth $3 trillion. So it goes up and down. So that's just something important you have to keep in mind. Browse with Bing, you should always click and see what it's bringing up. And the way that search engines work, right? Bing works much differently than Google. You're going to get different results every single time. So you have to be very careful with how you use Browse with Bing. I tell people that all the time. That's why I always recommend people use plugins mode, because then you can take very specific articles, right? Which is probably better to do anyways, because in that example, I could have taken that article, this one, right? I could have taken this article, went into plugins mode and said, according to this article, and then asked the same query, and then I probably would have got a correct answer. But at least right now, my plugins chat disappeared. All right. I know that was all over the place. I'm a geek about this stuff, y'all. Like, you just have to be careful. You have to understand what you're doing when you use the default mode in ChatGPT. You have to understand how Browse with Bing actually works, how search engines actually work, because it could give you a false sense of security, and you could just be getting incorrect answers, right? All right. I hope this is helpful. If so, go to youreverydayai.com, sign up for that free daily newsletter, and we'll see you back for another AI in 5. Thanks, y'all.